I want to compare a coaching tree to a family tree. Because, you know what a coaching tree is. Doug Peterson is in Andy Reid's coaching tree. Doug Peterson was an assistant head coach for Andy Reid for a long time. That means that, Andy Reid's at the top, and underneath him, there's a bunch of coaches in his coaching tree. Doug Peterson is one of them, the Eagles head coach. Matt Patricia, the Lions' new head coach, is part of Bill Belichick's coaching tree. And I would liken a coaching tree to a relationship like a father-son relationship. And if you look at a dad who's really successful, your dad's a great doctor, you kind of assume, the kid will probably be successful. But we mistake good for the same all the time. They're not equivalent. Being good does not mean you are the same as your dad. You shouldn't be a carbon copy of your dad. Again, if your dad is a successful doctor, for example, there are valuable lessons you can learn from your dad. You can learn principles. You can learn beliefs, such as work ethic or people skills, how you treat your employees. But you're not your dad. You should not copy your dad. You just got to use the lessons you learned from your dad and use the principles. But you cannot be a carbon copy of your dad. It's interesting, on Strong Opinion Sports, I'm just being myself. I might remind you of some other people, other broadcasters, but ultimately, I'm just being myself. You can watch my Instagram story. I'm not hiding anything. I'm authentic. I'm who I am. And this wouldn't work if I was just trying to copy other people. It wouldn't make sense. You'd pick up on it. It wouldn't work very well. This is the same exact thing with NFL coaches. You got to be yourself. You can't always try to copy somebody else. So Matt Patricia is the current head coach of the Detroit Lions. He once was an assistant of Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's coaching tree is not very good. If you look around, none of Bill Belichick's former assistants are great NFL head coaches and have not been very successful. Do you know why Bill Belichick's former assistants all fail? It's because they're trying too hard to be a carbon copy of Bill Belichick. Hey, newsflash, the Patriot way only works if you're in New England. It only works if you're Bill Belichick. The Patriot way does not work in Detroit. It does not work in Cleveland. It does not work in New York. Every time one of Bill Belichick's assistant coaches is hired, I hear the same thing. It's always, we're going to copy what New England does. We're going to make the Patriot way work in this new city. No, again, the Patriot way only works if you're Bill Belichick. It only works in New England. You have to be yourself. There's a concern I have with Matt Patricia. It's because he's not being himself. Everyone's talking, coaching tree, this. It's not about who his mentor was. It's about what Matt Patricia's trying to do. Matt Patricia's trying to be a carbon copy of Bill Belichick. That approach will not work. You got to take the principles, the values you learned from your mentor, and put your own spin on it. Be your own version. And you have to realize, you have to acknowledge, around the NFL, people and players do not like the, quote, Patriot way. It's a turnoff to players. It does not excite them. Matt Patricia is struggling with the Lions. It's already one game in, got destroyed by the Jets. There are now reports that the Lions don't like Matt Patricia. They have a lot of conflict there. They're frustrated with him. If I was Matt Patricia, if I was a head coach for the Detroit Lions or a former assistant coach of Bill Belichick, if I was once mentored by Bill Belichick and now I was becoming a head coach, here's what I would tell my players. I'd say, screw Bill Belichick. Screw the Patriots. We are not the Patriots. I learned some good stuff under Bill Belichick. I learned a bunch of principles, a bunch of values, but I'm here to do it my way. I'm going to put my own spin on it. We won a ton of games. It was really fun. But I'm Matt Patricia. I'm not Bill Belichick. We are not the Patriots. We are the Detroit Lions. We're going to do it our way. We're not going to copy the Patriots. If you're always paralyzed by trying to be a carbon copy of somebody else, you will fail. You got to be yourself. You got to be authentic. So that is why Bill Belichick assistant coaches fail when they get head coaching jobs. That is why Bill Belichick's coaching tree is not very successful. They always try to be a carbon copy of Bill Belichick. It does not work. Because rather than putting their own principles and putting their own spins on it, they just try to copy Bill Belichick. Look, Bill Belichick has 5 Super Bowls. He's unbelievable. But the rules are different for Bill Belichick. Again, he has that level of success. He can do whatever he wants. Hey, this will shock you, but guess what? Matt Patricia is not Bill Belichick. He can't do things the same way because he doesn't have the same equity. He doesn't have 5 Super Bowls. And if if Matt Patricia, the Lions head coach, tries to copy the Patriots, he will fail. He's got to find a way to be himself and do it his own way. Put his own spin on it. Look, learn the things, take away from the things you learned from Bill Belichick. take the values, take the tricks of the trade. But Matt Patricia has to do it his own way. He cannot always be attempting to copy the New England Patriots. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my show, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my pride and joy. I'm very proud of it. If you're new to Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, or you can find more shorter breakout videos like the one you just watched. And if you like what I had to say, maybe you hate what I had to say, share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Have a great day.